Hey everybody, welcome back to Social Media Dude Channel. We talk horror and nothing but horror. How is we doing? Who's doing well? And today, guys, I bring you another movie review. And today, I'll be reviewing Scream 2, directed by Wes Craven. This film was released December 12th, 1997 in the US, and was released May 1st, 1998 in the UK. So without further ado, well, let's get into the review and see what I think about Scream 2. When the movie begins, we are at a movie theatre as a movie based on a book written by Gail Weathers that's based on the events of the first movie. The movie being shown is called Stab. This is where we meet Maureen, played by Jada Pinkett Smith, and Phil, played by Omar Epps. They get into the theatre. Phil wants to see Stab, but Maureen isn't really interested, and the theatre has costumes and glowing fake knives from the movie. They enter the screening room as the movie begins. Maureen then leaves the screening to go to the concession stand. Even two people behind her mention that the Stab movie was based on real life killings. Once Maureen heads back, this happens. Phil heads to the toilet as Maureen heads back into the screening. He goes into a toilet stall and hears noises from the stall next to him. He puts his ear up to the stall wall when note to self, don't go to public restrooms. The killer wearing Phil's jacket enters the screening, sitting with Maureen. When she is scared, she holds onto him, but then looks at her hands as they are covered in blood. As she realizes that this isn't her boyfriend, Maureen screams as she dies in front of the cinema screen. After the title screen, we end up at a college where we meet returning Sidney Prescott, played by Neve Campbell, who gets a phone call from someone trying to do the Ghostface voice But Sidney has caller ID. This is also where we meet her friend and roommate, Hallie, played by Elise Neal. This is also where they see a news report on the TV about the killing at the movie theatre. So Sidney asks, "Where is Randy?" As she leaves, people just look at her, and people outside, the news reporters, are out there as well. This is also where we get one of my favourite scenes in the movie.
Could say what happened in that theater is a direct result of the movie itself.
That is so moral majority. You can't blame real-life violence on entertainment.
What? Wait a second. Yes, you can. Don't you?
This is where we meet returning Randy Meeks, played by Jimmy Kennedy, and we also meet Mickey, played by Timothy Olyphant, and Cece, played by Sarah Michelle Gellar. Once the class ends, Randy and Sidney leave the building talking when another character shows up, Derek, played by Jerry O'Connell, who is Sidney's boyfriend. After that, we meet returning Gail Weathers, played by Courtney Cox. We also meet her new camera operator, Joel, played by Duane Martin. As they get ready to talk about the killings, Debbie Soul, played by Laurie Metcalf,
Baby dear, you gotta let him come to you.
Oops. Wrong footage. This is where we meet Police Chief Hartley, played by Louis Arquette, who is David Arquette's father. Speaking of David, here he is returning as Dewey Riley. They have a talk about the events of what has begun happening, and that the killer is someone who is close to Sidney, and other things. This is when Gail walks over to Sidney as...
Words with you.
Cotton.
Hi, Sydney.
Here we are at Windsor College, where Sidney Prescott has just been...
This is Cotton Weary, played by Liev Schreiber, who was convicted of the murder of Sidney's mother. Before the truth came out, Sidney had no idea this was happening. So, you can imagine what Sidney does.
bitch.
Hey, deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Oh, Sydney, share with us, please. I'll share with you.
Okay.
Did you get that all down?
Yeah, again, she deserved this also, like she did in the first film. When Gale and Dewey interact where Dewey mentions things that Gale said about him in the book. After that, Hallie and Sydney are at a party, but at another sorority house, Cece is called by the killer. She does hear a noise, but it's someone who hasn't left yet for the party.
Omega Beta Zeta. Cece there. Who's calling? It's your ill-conceived boyfriend.
This is when she is attacked and a chase ensues, which ends up with when everyone at the party leaves, Sydney heads back inside where she answers the phone and is attacked by the killer.
Then why don't you show your face, you fucking coward?
My pleasure.
But Derek goes in and is injured. When Dewey finds him later, as Dewey and Gale are at the police station, Gale realizes something.
Maureen Evans, Maureen Prescott. That's Sydney's mother.
Do you think someone's trying to duplicate Woodsboro?
It looks like it.
This is also when Debbie Salt keeps trying to talk to Gale.
To do your job, Miss Salt.
What about this ex-cop Dewey Riley? It's kind of strange that he showed up.
Yeah, what's he doing here? Dewey's a good guy. Unlike some of us.
In the cafeteria, this happens.
I love you, so what am I so afraid of? I'm afraid that I'm not sure of. A love there is no cure for.
Randy and Dewey are sat in a restaurant or something as they talk about who they think the killer may be.
He missed every major vein and artery.
So you think it's Derek?
Not so fast. Let's assume the killer, or Urs, has a half a brain. He's not a Nick at Night rerun type of guy.
Inside the stage theatre place, Sydney is talking to her drama teacher, Gus Gold, played by David Warner. Sydney is trying to back out of the play with everything going on, but he is very persuasive. We end up outside the college as the killer phones Gale.
Here.
I'm not interrupting anything, am I? You three look deep in thought. Have you ever felt a knife cut through human flesh and scrape
As Gale and Dewey goes up to see who it is. Randy says some stuff.
Oh, fuck! Jesus! What a rat-looking, homo-repressed mama's boy. Why not set your goals higher, huh? You want to be one of the big boys?
This ends in his death, which I wish they didn't kill him off, but it is how it is. Dewey and Gale find his body inside her news van. We end up in the college library when Sydney gets a message from the killer on the computer screen. Her bodyguards look for who sent it. Cotton confronts her.
Such a good angle, Sydney. Lovable and fucked up Sydney Prescott, everybody's favorite little victim. Wow.
After Gale's camera operator leaves, as he now knows what happened to her last camera guy, Dewey and Gale head into the college into one of the lecture rooms as they watch footage back from earlier. Before they can continue getting hot and heavy, the killer attacks. After a chase, Dewey is attacked and stabbed again. The killer tries to get to Gale but can't, as the killer does disappear. The police are taking Sydney somewhere safe. Hallie goes with them. Derek and Sydney say goodbye after a scene of Derek being taken by a group of people because he gave his Greek letters to Sydney.
I was in the wrong place, but I must have been the right time. I was in the right place, but I must have been the wrong side.
As Hallie and Sydney are in the car, the killer shows up. The killer ends up knocked out in the driver's seat of the car. Sydney and Hallie try to get out but can't, so Sydney goes through the front and Hallie follows her, but Sydney wants to know who it is. But she heads back when...
Oh shit.
What?
He's gone.
After some more scenes, Sydney ends up in the stage room as Derek comes down, still all tied up, as the killer shows up, and it is revealed to be Mickey.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. You really want to trust your boyfriend?
Don't you know history repeats itself?
This reveal would have had a big impact if he wasn't missing for a big part of the movie. He tries to convince Sydney Derek is his partner, but Mickey shoots him. This is when we get the reveal of his real partner, Debbie Salt, or should we say Debbie Loomis, Billy's mother. Mickey's motive is that he wants to blame the movies for his killing spree. That the trial is going to rock. But Debbie shoots him.
There's not going to be a trial.
Sydney and Debbie end up in a scuffle after that. Cotton shows up pointing a gun at Debbie as she holds Sydney with her knife. Debbie tries to let Cotton kill Sydney, but once we know Gail is okay, Mickey does one last scare as Sydney looks at Debbie, shooting her in the head as well outside. Gail's camera guy shows up again, and it is revealed that Dewey is in fact alive as Gail goes with him in the ambulance. Sydney does this.
Talk to Cotton. He's the man you want to interview. He's the hero.
This is when the movie comes to an end. They did up the gore in this one a little bit as well, as you know, it's on different things with horror. The setting of the movie is really well done as well, with the college and everything, and I really like how the movie plays off as this, like, also when you think about the metas in the movie. The meta is obviously like revenge is kind of like the meta, and then obviously because like killing, and then other things like that. It's the movie isn't perfect in any way, but it's also not the worst in the franchise either. To be fair, I haven't found, like, there are worse films in the franchise, but even the bad ones are good. So it's that type of franchise where, as much as the movie, one of them is bad, it's also very good at the same time. So, but yeah, I'm going to give Scream 2 a 8.5 out of 10. Right, I hope you really did enjoy today's movie review of Scream 2. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Go to the link down below to all of our social media and everything, guys. I hope you really did enjoy. Remember, keep on slashing, keep watching horror, and we'll see you horror fans later. For now.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Have you checked the children?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?